So She's Lovely is the opening track on the EP, and I wanted it to describe the major themes on the EP just as much as the title track, Tangled Reality, does, but in a different way, obviously. So while Tangled Reality highlights the juxtaposition between painful experiences and my positive emotional outlook, She's Lovely is written from my own perspective, looking back on a younger version of myself and being grateful for how far I've come. So the lyric, "Who am I without my big heart?" is a rhetorical question that I ask the older version of myself who has questioned how strongly I feel every emotion. It's meant to encourage my own confidence in myself and the way that I function in this world, and to ultimately never question the way that I experience my own life. So She's Lovely is an upbeat opening anthem for growth, emotion, and the overwhelming love that I feel for myself and for those around me.
Excited that this is the last drum set one, right?
Should be, yeah.
You excited about that?
I am excited. I'm so excited to not have to put together a drum set anymore. That's so interesting. Like right when you started doing, because I had never imagined it in my head being the sort of like, almost like cut time groove you were doing. And so that was so interesting hearing you like that. I was like, whoa.
This is what I'm hearing. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think that sounds cool. Just to humor me, could you try doing the like double time sort of thing? Like, cut, cut, cut. Yeah.
I can keep that. Maybe not do much variation there, but I can do like something like that.
Yeah.
Or I can do.
I like that already better than the just the boots and cats thing.
Okay.
So I was like, this sounds weird, but I think it's because it's like way too like 1, 2, 3, 4, you know. Are you able to do variation like on the snare? Like, can you do I forget what it's called, but it's when you do like the like. Yeah. Yes. Something like that throughout it.
Okay.
Sweet. If you could start doing it on the word otherness, like once it goes into the E major weird chords,
Okay.
instead of starting it right on the pre-chorus.
Okay.
Because it's sort of like this build-up where I'm like, who am I? And it's like, in a sea of otherness. That sort of thing. Yes. Like, if you did start doing that, only do it starting on otherness. Sweet. It's kind of like the verse is only 3 lines. Can you hear me? Okay. It's like the verse is only 3 lines. Because you know how, God, I don't know if I'm explaining this well. The E major part, those chords, that's sort of like a quote-unquote outro to the verse. So the main verse lines, it's only 3 of them instead of the 4 that you expect. Like how in verse 1 it was like 4 lines and the pre-chorus is what I'm talking about. Yay! That was exactly what I was imagining for all the fill stuff at the end, so yay! If there's one more thing, it's not a full run, could we do the shimmer beginning really quick? Just like that.
We didn't do the shimmer. I didn't do the shimmer.
Right, yeah. Sweet. Alright, that's everything. Yay. Ayden without his shoes on.
Is also for me.
So, do you just want to like listen to it a couple times and mess around and get used to it?
Yes. Specifically, I just want to get to the funky chord part so I can figure out what to play.
Okay, cool. I can play you that part right now.
Yeah. And then also the E minor walk down thing during the pre-chorus would be very nice.
Okay, gotcha.
So yeah.
Here's that again. And then the outro is very repetitive.
She's growing, growing, crying, crying.
I really liked all your doodling on it. It sounds cool.
Cool. I'll try to figure out something that's a little bit more like routine than that because it just sound random.
Sweet.
The kind of stuff that I like. Like what kind of rhythm are you thinking?
I like what you're doing right now. I think during the chorus, I think I want a bit more driving.
Crying and glowing and lovely, crying and lovely, and glowing and lovely, crying and crying and glowing, crying. Who am I without heart? Who am I without emotions that drown me? Who am I if not a... Okay, that was really bad. I just knocked the mic cord off. Ugh. Okay, it's fine. Who am I without my big heart? Who am I without emotions that drown me? Who am I if not a work of art?
So I'm getting frustrated because I feel like I'm not singing my song. I feel like I'm singing it just to get it done. And I feel like I'm not singing with the emotion of the song. And I feel like doing that might help me be less frustrated with the takes I'm getting. I'm still like sort of warming up, and also I didn't bring a water bottle, and I don't know why I did that because my throat is not the best right now. I don't know. I'm just feeling very frustrated and I don't really know why. Everything's fine. Everything is okay. isn't doing the things that it usually does, you know? Like, it's like I know how to sing this song. I know how I have been singing it for the past however many months. And I'm trying to do it now. And it's like, I feel like my voice is like moving up on certain pitches that I don't usually do. Or like I'm opening too wide on the vocals, or not wide enough. Or I'm getting like, I don't know. And it just feels like I'm not getting anywhere, even though I should be by now. I don't know. Honestly, I think I'm gonna put She's Lovely aside for now and work on Dusty Blue and see if it's just this song isn't, I don't know, working well today. And we'll see how Dusty Blue works. And if Dusty Blue isn't feeling good, then I think I'll just not record today and just like go do some homework that I have to do. Testing, test, 1, 2, test. Who am I? Okay, finally got the level set.
Oh, the love, these friends and hugs, these meaningless. Who am I if not a work of art? Because the other night, ooh, she's lovely. Who am I that?
So Blessed Ode to Fire, Fear, and Hope it has a lot going on. So it was previously titled Doors Open, Mouths Closed, and it was the most revised song on my EP, both with the music and the lyrics. So it originally started as a description of my anxiety that I deal with. So, for example, the lyrics such as a burning heart and feeling helpless and an unfamiliar conscience being unearthed from my mind was supposed to describe the idea of separating my anxious mind from my regular state of being. But the more that I wrote the lyrics, the more that I found myself adding positive phrases, as I usually do because of my optimism. So lyrics like I know that it will pass, and then describing a weeping girl from like an outer perspective as beautiful, those sorts of things. So even though I sat down to write a song about this constant difficult emotion that I experience, I was subconsciously and also consciously viewing it as a positive thing. So I decided that I shouldn't force the song to be a darker version of itself when it didn't feel natural for me to do that. So I shifted the focus from the feeling of being misunderstood and lonely to being thankful for having such a unique experience of life. So even though I revised it to end up being that sort of idea, I still had the imagery of having doors opened but mouths closed. It still felt important to me. The lyric that I wrote there felt very significant with the feeling that I was trying to describe. So I was trying to write how when my anxiety does sort of overtake my mind and my well-being and everything, it feels like even though I know that there are people that love me and support me, there's still no way that they fully understand what I feel on a day-to-day basis and what it feels like to be sort of trapped in your own mind. So it's like, although I am loved, obviously, although I am loved and supported and I have like a safety net, when I experience my anxiety at its peak, it feels like all the doors to my support system are open, but no one is saying anything because they can't find the words to help me in the end. So with that in mind, it's a bit of a melancholic song lyrically, but the music I ended up going with is in a major key, and it's a sort of lilting 7/8 time signature, which I feel like reflects the more positive notes of the song and the sort of push forward through the pain.
My face is warm. I feel it building in my stomach, but I cover it with food that I need. It will lead into familiar pockets of emotions that shouldn't be here anymore. I hate the instances of feeling unknown. The doors are open, but our mouths are closed. I know that it will pass, but my body feels unsteady. But my body feels unsteady. Yet in spite of but my body feels unsteady. Yet in spite of
My Frail Hand Caught the Sun was originally a poem that I wrote in my journal in October 2023. So the entire school year of fall 23 to spring 24 was one of the hardest years I've had mentally and emotionally in a while. And so I find that the meaning of this poem from that time sort of encapsulates my perspective on emotional distress very well. So it was actually inspired by another poem titled Beneath the Cypress Shade by Thomas Love Peacock, and I found myself struck by the use of the words frail and sun in the last stanza of that poem, since their imagery seemed to contrast so significantly with each other. Like, you don't imagine the sun being a frail thing in the sky. It's like this massive, powerful thing, but I couldn't get the poem out of my head after reading that, and so it ended up being the inspiration for my own poem that I wrote, which eventually turned into a song. So even though Thomas Love Peacock's poem is about heartbreak, my song, My Frail Hand Caught the Sun, is about unforeseen and yet unyielding hope. So it presents the image of a broken, battered hand catching the light of the sun. The sun being symbolic of my hope, without meaning to, like the hand catches the sun without like meaning to, which is represented through the initial pain felt when catching it. It's like you're not trying to, and then you catch it and you're like, and so that action in itself is meant to represent the magnetic pull that I feel towards optimism in my life, basically, where no matter what situation I experience, it's like there's this subconscious part of me that is constantly reaching towards, like, what is life teaching me, and what is the positive aspect of this situation, and what could come out of this, and how could I grow as a person, all of those ideas. So my reflection and contemplation of personal experiences sort of reveals how optimism and hope persist regardless of what I go through. And so this song is an embodiment of that sentiment.
I caught the sun with one frail hand, while the other was buried in dirt. It burned, my cries were silenced.
Okay, so these two microphones are plugged into 9 and 10 right here, and the other two, the Bloom line, is plugged into 13 and 14. So when I go to the patch bay to patch everything, the way that this studio is set up is one of the inputs over there are all already routed to the Grace 1 preamp. So 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, etc. are already routed to 1, 2, 3, 4. So I don't have to patch anything because they're going straight here, which is what I would need to plug into anyways. So they're going there. And then once I get them to the preamp and I turn on everything that I need to, I turn up the gain. If the microphone needs phantom, I turn on phantom power. Then sound will be coming through, and you can't see anything because I'm not playing anything, but it will be routed into the Pro Tools session. This is starting over. This is just trying to do a full run again. So this is verse 1. Okay, this is lead into verse 3.
behind the scenes videos.
No more SM57 capsule.
No! Might as well tell me I can no longer live.
No more. If they stop making the SM57, it's over. Give me the gun. Shoot me in the head.
Stop production.
We're gonna do another take of that, and then if you could do that same sort of fill on 18 when it goes into straight eighths, but then obviously like straight. Yeah, like that.
Okay.
Yeah, Sharpson too. I know. Drums in the studio always sound just a certain way. Like you can tell the drums are always recorded in the studio.
Yes.
Whatever that means.
No, like I can hear. No, because I hear music that like friends of mine have recorded in here, and like I can tell that those drums were recorded here.
And here we see the light
Here
of
we
the
see the MMP student at 10 p.m. on a Sunday.
What else am I gonna be doing?
Natural habitat.
You know, these are probably the best.
We should get an
friends I've
MMP
ever had in my
microwave.
life. What?
We should get an MFP microwave.
MMP microwave.
Microwave?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Do you think Thompson would put a?
It's true. He's so the idea goes kill him.
I love killing people with my ideas. They're not good ideas if I don't kill anybody.
Wait.
Are you good?
It was really good.
Do you need like
Do you need help? No, he's
do you
coughing.
need to be
He's
burped
fine.
like a baby?
I think I'm in.
Good morning. Happy October 1st. I am in Studio A, 9 a.m., about to record vocals for My Frail Hand Caught the Sun. Feeling good about it. I'm a little stuffy, so we will see how that works out. Once I start singing, I tried doing some warm-ups in the car on the ride over here. So I have the rough recordings right now that I did the other night with Ayden and Shawn, and I'm just gonna kind of warm up listening to those. I'm used to singing the song this early, so. This is what we're working with. I caught the sun with one frail hand, while the other was buried in dirt. My cries were silence with flame, it consumed me without word. One of the professors is giving tours back here in the studios, and so they can see me. And now I'm nervous. I turned to look at the light that swallowed me midst the pain. My frail hand had caught the sun before my mind had
That was bad.
A tear fell from my eye. Oh, good God.
Cannot get over the harmonies I did on this. It's October 22nd, 2024, 9:30 a.m. Chase is here to help me out with the trumpet part, and this should be the final recording of the EP, so very exciting. And we're just gonna mess around at first and see what happens, so. Yay. Do you think it makes sense to just do trumpet on the second half of the song? And like, cause there are like 4 verses, and the first 2 verses are like the calmer building up, and then the last 2 verses are like, what?
If they were in the first verse and the second verse, that's a lot of trumpet.
Yeah, that's true, yeah. Or, sorry, do you think it sounds good to just have the fanfare at the very end? Because there was another spot, the beginning of the last chorus, where I heard it too, but I don't know if that's like giving it away, you know, or like too much fanfare.
I think it might be giving it away.
Okay. It got a little blurry at the end. I like that.
You want to keep that?
I think so. Yeah, like clean it up. I like it when it's like on the, I don't know, it's not the offbeats, but it's like, what?
They're just triplets.
Yes. You know. I think I would need to do some sort of like yeah. I don't know where yet, but I hear that. Yeah. I would also like to do that again. Nice. That one was perfect. Could you hold it out a bit longer? And could you do your like slow vibrato on it? Okay. I'm gonna keep that one just in case.
How long do you want me to hold that? Like for 2 measures? Like through the next block.
Yeah, like kind of in the middle of the second measure, just kind of like fade. Yeah. Are you able to, did that help at all? Okay. Can you do that again? Like, think of it as a long tone, but can you do the slow vibrato on it? Can we do one more and just hold it as long as possible and do the slow vibrato? Like, don't do the fade out. That was a good one. Oh, that's. I like it. Oh, both of them.
I would not suggest it.
No. Yay!
Boom.
That was so cool.
That was fun.
I just finished up the recording session with Chase, and now I'm just sitting at the bus stop reflecting on all the recording I had to do, basically. I'm really glad that it's over because it was the worst part of this whole process. Not the worst, it was really fun, but I'm tired of recording stuff and I just want to mix and edit and whatever. So I'm really excited to start that process now and just get rolling with making the songs into their final form and like what I imagine them to be. So on to part 2 of this whole process.